I think you're absolutely right, but I feel like Blacklist is one of those. They have this draft that's really, really good when you're in a ranked game and you want to finish the game quickly. You have the Kaja early on. You have the early damage by Farsa as well. Riddler can also do some pretty crazy stuff a lot quicker than the Claude can. So I think Blacklist might actually have a chance here. But again, I'm probably going to be proven wrong for the one. Let's wait and see here as we go into the Land of Dawn for the first game of the last week of Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines Professional League season. Regular season has been really awesome. I think you would agree with. And teams are really showing that they're polar opposites, right? Except for the two teams that we have right now.
Definitely, because I think both of these teams have a very different way on how to strategize things, hence the reason why they have such similar win rate in terms of our standings. But right now, both of them thinking of the same thing, just really go and scaling and getting some farms, and Hayes just applying visual into the map. That's like it kind of adds a info to your teammate, where you could initiate a team fight.
Yeah, I expect actually the team fights to really start going here. The moment we see Honda Beast, level 4 on the Kaja, same with Edward on the Farsa. On the other side though, again Hajizi wants to take the fights a little bit slow. Veteran Hunter Claude, you know what he likes to really farm up. And it's going to be up to Toshi and Hayes to really keep the control on top and mid lane with the help of the Esmeralda and that Jawhide. That's probably their only early game power spikes aside from Kenji, who already has the cooldown boots locked in. As I said earlier, Hayes really does want to just scare them away, which is what a Jawhead really does very well, right?
Right. Because I mean, I think it's mostly about how both of them, like what I said earlier, like really take this. Because if you notice, onto the top side, Blacklist is opting for a 3-mana, but SGD Omega here will be going to the rescue. I think this is a potential team fight. Way of the Dragon's going to be used onto Hayes, but they will still catch up. But the thing is, Kenji's going to be here with the meteor showers and just really harass the members of Blacklist International, and that's first blood for the side of SGD, but I think it's not yet done. But Killer here really know how to groove and will decide to go for that tower hug.
So, two things. One, absolutely correct. The moment they hit level 4, they will want to team fight. We got that right. But second of all, we did not expect Toshi to really pop off. Great falling star moon on the choke area and then get the advantage. That is huge for SGD Omega right there.
Yes, indeed. And the thing is, Kenji right there during that team fight was really utilized to its efficiency, and the good part of that is that he was in a great position to actually use his ult. And it kind of give you a slight of a pressure for the side of Blacklist, because sooner or later they have to make up for the loss that they had just early into that skirmish fight.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
So far, it's still too early to conclude.
That's true. Best way to do a meteor shower over the wall. But right now, again, that kill gonna be taken really quickly there by Blacklist International, as they are starting to eye that turtle take, which should be very, very easy considering Hajizi is all the way on the bottom side of the map. We'll be going over to the Bruno, but of course the revenge is gonna be there for Hayes onto the Uranus. Quite unexpected, but definitely very welcome for the red side. Top lane looks like it's gonna be receiving a lot of pressure here for Blacklist International. And again, all that time, Hajizi got a tower on the bottom lane. Hayes got a kill in exchange for a turtle. I would say a pretty even one.
Indeed. I mean, that was a good steal from the Bruno, really, because Kenji really used his ult for that turtle. But again, Way of the Dragon is going to be used by the Esmeralda with the Falling Starman to really prevent it from cutting it off. Meteor Shower is going to be used, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade for both SGD and Blacklist. But again, here, transitioning to the middle side of our lanes, just, it's good harassment for both sides. But going back to the setup earlier, I will agree with you. Oh, okay, sure, Blacklist had the turtle on their hands, but in exchange, though, SGD Omega still manages to pick off one of their members, so it's even Stevens.
Yeah, in SGD Omega, they're very happy to take those trades. As long as HGZ doesn't die, as long as he keeps popping that veteran hunter, getting all of that gold, as well as, again, as long as you can get a trade, as long as you don't lose something without getting something in return, they are fine with that. They want this game to go and get prolonged. They're gonna have the optimal team fight later on, and that's why there's a timer on Blacklist International right now. A timer to get stuff done.
Speaking of timers, with all the fiasco happening here on the top side, look at the Esmeralda from down below with the help of Claude earlier, just really split pushing. And this is one of the disciplines that we have been seeing for the side of SGD Omega. You know, they don't really focus on really picking off the members of their enemy. I think it's more of them really getting control of the map, and I think that's quite really useful for the side of SGD Omega. But then again, I think the call of Blacklist here is just really grouped together for this contested Turtle one. So again, okay, this time it won't be stealed, and the Droid will get a killing spree by cornering up that Bruno.
And they just really don't care, right? They're just fighting everywhere they can. Whoa. A great kick there from Aqua. Pick up on the Chang. Oh, Kenji. Going down real quick, Hayes. What happened? Alright. So, it might have been a miscomm there. They might have been busy communicating. We'll have to wait and see. Oh my god, that is not good. Not a good sign at all. We're going to have to hit pause on that one.
Blacklist and for both SGD Omega. But we'll have to see. Because I'd like to add onto your point earlier, especially for Edward with the Farsa. The thing is, the hesitations in terms of giving that damage for the side against SGD is you have to take into consideration that the reason why it's because not to hesitate in terms of being feared of getting picked off, but the hesitation is because it can't get a good position. And speaking of good position, it looks like SGD is the one who's going to go for this tower dive, but he's blazing duet with a Claude right here for a pickoff.
Well, I told you, they're in a pretty good position still, despite giving away a kill, which is happening right now, though. Hayes, he's jumping in, bumping into a tower. Quite unfortunate, but it works out in the end. Heath with a kill there on the Khufra, and that meteor shower. Excellent zoning from Kenji. And now Blacklist, I'm wondering what kind of counterplay are they gonna do against a team that should not be in the lead, but they are.
Yeah, I agree, because look at how Hayes catapulted one of the members of Blacklist. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Farsa or the Kaja. He catapulted it in a very good position so that the channel could really zone perfectly. And again, you know, I love it how they transition from one lane to another, and this is just happening so rapidly. But again, still keeping the discipline and the objectives at play right here.
Absolutely. Great discipline, but overall, again, great positioning. This time by SGD, all of the escape routes were covered, so there was no way that they could enter that area. Again, this was so reminiscent of Hayes way back when in Season 1. He played that Jawhead and became the first champions of MPL, so no doubt about the skills of this guy on that hero whatsoever.
And of course, this is just good allowance for SGD. But look at that beautiful pick-off still, you know, utilizing the mispositioning of Hayes right there. But again, the meteor shower will be used to harass and, you know, really shove away the members of Blacklist International. But again, like what I said earlier, that was a good allowance for SGD Omega to just really go for those turret takes, added gold onto their sleeves, and still gaining control over the map.
Yeah, that's actually a big amount of control that they have gained through the period of around 1.5 or 2 minutes, which is quite saying something, considering, I mean, Blacklist International, they still have, I think they're still in that spike. The problem is they cannot utilize it because of the team fighting prowess that SGD is showing here in this match. So right now, what we're experiencing here is a bit of a lack in terms of Honda Beast getting targets. We haven't seen a big money Divine Judgment yet, if you notice. Same with Aqua. I think the last kill that we saw was on the Chango, and that was just his position.
Beautiful pick up by the Chango with Khufra, but again, the Divine Judgment will use to pull, but the Flicker is going to be on a timely manner to go and escape, and that was another turret take for the side of SGD Omega and Rockhart. I'd like to add, in terms of lacking, you say, the initial strategy of Blacklist International, just really going all the way into the early game, is starting to dwindle because we're into the middle game right now. And if you can see, Hajizi is given a lot of space, a lot of resources, and it's pretty evident in terms of his damage output.
Yeah, that was actually super unfortunate in Hajizi right now. Even though he's only 1-0-3, he hurts like a bomb. Right now, though, it's gonna be the bomb, the heat bomb, going into the targets once more. And Blacklist, they are on the run. What a very well-placed Tyrant's Revenge there from Heath on SGD, allowing them to get control of the Lord.
This is becoming one-sided right now, Rockhart, because in terms of turret pushes, unfortunately, Blacklist International wasn't able to push even a single one. And this just leaves the whole, in terms of resources, really limited for the side of Blacklist, because the only things that they have now are the minions that are really going in towards their turf. And looking at the positions right now of SGD Omega, they know that the Lord is on the top side, so it's going to be aided by at least the Jawhead. And look, they're planning for this all 3-lane push, if you could notice, and the Farser right here is just doing his best to just try to give a little space for his teammates.
Yeah, I think the feathered airstrikes from the Farsa aren't really making their marks as of yet. Trying to steal turtles, trying to steal kills, not really working out so far for Edward, although he is 2-2-2, and right now top lane will be the focus here of SGD Omega. Lord is wailing on that tower. He misses with the Tyrant's Revenge, but will still get the targets that they want here on the top side. Tower will stay intact, and mid lane is going to be the transition. What's going to happen here? Great Divine Judgment there onto Honda Beast, but he still managed to make it out. Riddler will get a kill on the Hajizi. That is going to be huge.
And that is a huge, a leeway for the side of Blacklist International. That gave them enough space because it made SGD Omega go back to their turf, back to their bases, and go back to just really gather resources. And that was a very good kickoff, actually, for the side of Blacklist. And it was in the hands of Riddler, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. On the Bruno, of all people to get that goal, that's the last one that SGD wants to give it over to. But looks like we are not going to be done just yet. They are trying to see if they can find another target here. Aqua dashing in and out with Jeet Kune Do. Now, they are going to be finding one on two. Esmeralda. Toshi is in grave danger. Manages to make it out in time with the rest of SGD coming in here for the backup. And now SGD, they are waiting and still kind of recovering from those failed attempts. But the goal lead is just staggering right now.
And it's really going good for the side of, again, SGD Omega. And I think that the, it was a potential fight. It was. But the thing is, I kind of noticed how really the reflexes of SGD Omega is at play. Okay, Divine Judgment is going to be used right there, Rockhart, but still, Flicker in a very timely manner for the side of the Khufra to just really survive that potential pickoff, rather. And going back to how SGD Omega is really doing right now, they're not really on a rush to push these turrets. It's more of a patient for them, just really waiting to pick off at least one or two members of Blacklist before actually going for the kill.
Yep, again, Blacklist International just hanging on by the skin of their teeth here, able to defend topside but gives away the mid anyway. And that just goes to show how powerful SGD Omega's marksman is right now. Hajizi, 1-1-4, he doesn't care. He is just gonna cut through towers like a hot knife through butter. That is happening right now. Onto the heroes as well. They are so scared to go near Hajizi.
Definitely, because like what we said, SGD Omega doesn't really prioritize more on the kills, but rather more on the resource takes and, really applying pressure to the side of Blacklist International. And they're doing a pretty good job at that, because so long as you get the job done, so long as this Esmeralda, Khufra, and the Chango, as well as the Jawhead, will really get the pickoff that they wanted and allowed Hajizi to get some space, the kills wouldn't really matter. But at this point, he manages to really, compensate those by just getting all the resources that he needs.
Yeah, really procking that veteran hunter. I can't really count. I wish they gave us like a marker on how much gold you got from that veteran hunter, but working out well so far in the end anyway. Does not need any kills, just needs to get all the gold right now. Oh, great divine judge there on to Heath. That's gonna be a Khufra down for the count. Toshi though makes a big, huge falling star moon, gets that kill just right back, and now it's gonna be 2 people down here on Blacklist. Can they defend? Only 3 people here. No marksman, no Riddler. I think this might be the end.
Yes, indeed. And again, that's a flicker, and that was a potential eject. But again, the Kaja was an inch close to safety. If Falling Storm is going to be used, we'll be getting those. But I think the base is going to be destroyed right here. Really focusing onto that. But again, no minions to really aid them up. And, you know, this is the thing. I think SGD Omega is still going to finish this because, ladies and gents, you got it. You have seen it. The patient game from SGD Omega.
Slow and steady won the game here once more for the guys in black and red. SGD Omega take game 1.